want to talk about today is the number one stumbling block that keeps people from getting the things that they want in their life. You're probably watching this on a device that costs enough money to pay for food for a month. Unless you're starving or homeless or trying to find clothes to wear, there is something happening beyond the surface. There are fears that are encumbering our lives because of this number one stumbling block that is inhibiting us from having the things in our lives that are truly worthy. Well, to be blunt, a lot of us are just lazy. But that's a habit. It's a symptom of fear. I'm going to tell you right now, you've been waiting long enough for the number one stumbling block, and what that is not doing what we know we need to do. That's what it is. So, not doing what we know we need to do is a bad habit. And it compounds. It's almost unnoticeable. We almost can't see it in our lives. It becomes like this invisible force that dictates our personality. These habits that dictate our personality, we just truly see that as the way of life. They get ingrained into the way we live. It's sort of just our default at that point in time. Like the habit of overeating or the habit of laziness, the habit of oversleeping. We walk to our bed and lay down and scroll through our phone for hours and hours, and then we come out of it knowing that we're not happy. We're not happy with the last 4 hours of our life. Or maybe it's a TV program rather than scrolling on your phone. Either way, it's allowing something in our life to consume our life, that takes us away from the act of truly living, and we get caught up doing acts in our daily lives. It's when we're looking at something and it is so satisfying that it makes us smile and potentially think to ourselves, this is amazing. I've had these moments where I've been laying in bed in the morning after I wake up, and I don't have to get up, and I literally close my eyes. I roll up into like the fetal position, and I am just like giddy, feeling so cozy and warm, just knowing that I have the freedom to enjoy simply being alive. And that's great, but that's the catch-22. This is debatable. Life isn't supposed to be like that. Like, yes, it's great to experience profound peace and bliss, and that might potentially be what that is. But my argument is this: if we were to be passionately living our life, doing things, looking forward to things that truly stirred our soul and our blood, got our blood pumping just thinking about it, then we would move when we woke up, not roll over and just be embraced by the warm fuzzy that the universe has coddled into us by the act of this state of comfort. Okay? It's comfortable. Okay? That's the truth. It's comfortable, and we love and we're addicted to the comfort. As irrational as it sounds, we have got to escape from a life where we coddle ourselves in comfort. Here at the YMCA, about to go get a workout in. My gym bag. The main stumbling block that stops us from achieving the things in our lives that we are truly worthy of. And what that is, once again, is not doing what we know we need to do. It's very simple, but it's very profound. There are so many more things that I can break this down into, okay? Depression. Imagine this. You promise yourself, you tell yourself several times a month, we think about, maybe we think about daily, but we can almost convince ourselves at least a few times a month at least that we want to go to the gym, or that we want to eat healthier, or that we're going to do this, do that to improve the circumstances of our lives. And then we don't do it. We wake up in the morning and we're tired. We don't feel like it. Our sleep wasn't good enough last night. Whatever the situation is, we come up with an excuse. And then we don't hold ourselves accountable again and again and again. And let me tell you, this is not good. What happens is we are self-sabotaging our self-confidence, our self-trust, our self-love. And it's a horrible thing to do, because it leads to depression. Truly. We are depressing our souls. I mean, it's a chemical thing taking place, right? Inside our brain. And those chemicals are produced from not doing the things that we know we need to do, and we get so distracted by so many different things, such as we are trying to lose weight, for example, and we know what we need to do. Okay, it's not rocket science, because how do you gain weight? You don't absorb it through the air. It's from stuffing our bodies, and then lack of exerting energy, because we're lazy, and then we ate bad, so we're spiraling in negative self-talk. This is depressing our soul. That's why we get depressed. And so, to beat this epidemic, and this epidemic is multifaceted, because what I'm talking about here is our health, our mental health, and all the things that encumber both of them. And it boils down to being accountable to ourselves, right? It boils down to doing what we already need to do. A lot of times people get distracted by 50 plus diets that they've got to study and learn. They get distracted by different types of exercises. They do more research, and then they never take action. But the fact of the matter is that we already know what we need to do. We need to get up and go do it. It's going to radically change our life. When we hold ourselves accountable, do what we say we're going to do, build that self-trust, self-love, overcome some of the depression that we're pressing down onto our spirit, what happens is truly profound. We start to realize these things that hold most people back are simply distractions, focusing our lives on trying to stay in shape or trying to maintain my figure, when in reality, that is what should be second nature to us as human beings. The ability to take care of our physical bodies and our mental health. What happens is this: when we take care of the things that are simple and easy, and we stop focusing on the easy things like they're difficult, all of a sudden, out of the woodwork comes the major areas of things that we need to focus on that will actually make our soul, our spirit, reach things that are truly fulfilling. Aim for things that have actual value in the world. Whatever that is for us as an individual, whatever our soul's purpose is, we open the doors to that. So what we need to do is we need to focus on our values, not on our feelings. We need to live a value-based life, not a feelings-based life, and identify with who we are, not with how we feel. Do you think that Olympic athletes feel like? Do you think that professional football players feel like? No. I guarantee you that they would much rather cuddle up with the universe in bed, smile in bliss, and think to themselves, wow, this is so amazing. I'm so warm. I'm so cozy. I'm so comfortable. They would love to do that, but they don't. They get up. They're usually being held accountable by someone or other people, so that helps. But we don't always have that luxury. We've got to find within ourselves, why are we going to start taking ourselves more seriously? And it helps to start with some of the simple things, the less significant types of things like taking care of our health, which needs to become second nature. We do not have to be a victim of our own self. It is not the world that is attacking us. Everything comes from within our own self. When we decide, we will do. We have to make a true decision. And that is very difficult sometimes when for years we have let our insignificant, delusional thoughts take precedent over our lives and control the things that we do, the things that we think, to be consumed by the world, by the carnival of the world. Okay, think about Pinocchio. Think about the carnival that he goes to with all of the people in the world who are distracted by the entertainment, by fun. They turn into donkeys, okay? And let me tell you something. The movie Pinocchio is a great metaphor for our world. We have to listen to the grasshopper or the cricket that gives sound advice, which is doing what we know we need to do, not what we want to do. It's not attending the circus. Don't waste your life scrolling and staring at a screen. Rather, live your life. It will all pay off in the end. If you have faith, then you can do it. And you have to come from a place of a never-ending commitment to the process. It's not easy. It is difficult to take control of our life, especially when the carnival is happening all around us. And a lot of the people that we associate with are also fully entangled in the carnival. We have to separate ourselves. Sometimes we gotta cut people out of our lives to cut depression, because the depression is dragging us down. So with that being said, I just want to thank you for taking the time to hear this video. I apologize that the screen is vertical. Till next time, do what you know you need to do.